Country Radio World, and welcome to our weekly Doctor Who reviews. This is for Season 8, Episode 5, Time Heist. Just finished watching the episode now on BBC One. The episode features, Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, and a bunch of different characters from different points in time and space, things like that, being forced to come together to rob a bank, and stuff goes down practically. The episode I felt was decent. It was good for what it was. Definitely, it was entertaining. I guess there's definitely some dark moments for some Peter Capaldi's version of the Doctor. Some good lines here and there. Some good ideas. The ending I felt definitely made it a worthier episode. The reasons why this episode exists, why they were exactly robbing the bank and things like that. The storyline, is decent enough for what it is. It's basically the idea of the episode is the Doctor basically wants to save the most two instinct creatures from captivity practically, to basically take them from this bank and basically save them, release them into the wild. At the same time, giving certain people that he's working with in the episode, one's like a human kind of android in a sense. He's basically given the idea of giving him his memories back. He's giving this woman that can transform and shape into anyone she is, basically touches practically, giving her kind of like a DNA stabilizer or whatever it is. I feel those ideas are quite cool. Basically the Doctor in this episode is actually more of a good guy. He's risking a lot. He is the architect. He's the one that set this thing up and went ahead of time and planned all this out to basically say, I want to save these people. I want to, help these people. I want to save these creatures and do something good. That idea I felt was fantastic. It was really good. It was a really cool idea, and it was a different side to this version of the Doctor, while throwing in some kind of dark themes and a couple of jokes here and there. One of my favourite jokes was like, bow ties, how embarrassing kind of thing. I thought that was quite a funny one, to be honest. I thought that was a good joke. That's not to Matt Smith's era, of course. It was decent. It was fine. That's all it was. I mean, this season for me at the moment it's starting to, it's dragging its feet. I don't know if they've got less budget or something, or the ideas are running out or something, but it just seems like they're just doing okay episodes, and it's just like, please give me something which I can just like really sink my teeth into and really like, holy shit. The episodes that we've had already, probably my favourite episode that I felt was really funny and actually took the piss out of itself was the Robin Hood episode, and that was more like an episode of the week in a sense. That's not, that was a decent episode for what it was. There was some couple of things in it which didn't, make sense, like, well, obviously shooting a golden arrow into like a spaceship and whatever, that's just far-fetched, whatever, and some okay villains. There hasn't been many villains in this series. I noticed that as well. The actual creatures in this episode, they were made out to be at the start as like a villain, like this creature basically with like the two eyes will basically turn your brain into soup. Now, if the Doctor has planned all this and he's executed it beautifully well, went into time, placing certain head, things like that, then what the fuck happened to these people that got the brain sucked out? That's a massive flaw, and that's even darker, if I'm perfectly honest. It's the fact that he's planned this out so thoroughly. He's going to save these creatures, he's going to help these people, but yet the people that had their brains practically sucked out and turned to soup, practically have been left in the vault to basically burn and perish. It just seems like there's some questionable things, or the writer didn't know what the heck he was writing half the time, or there's some questionable things, and I don't think the writer thought it out fully clearly what he did in the episode. I mean, I would like the idea if it was a full-on, heist, and the Doctor basically said, like, you have to kill yourself because there's no way I can't do anything for you. There's other things they could have done in this episode, which would have made it a bit more of a standout, more of like, ooh, that was an interesting idea kind of episode. But it just seems like it's just doing okay ideas, and it's just not blowing me away anymore, and it's disappointing because I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I've been with the show for 2005 now, and Peter Capaldi is so fantastic as the Doctor. He's brilliant, but Clara's character, again, pointless. Why is she in this episode for? She's, there's a good line in the episode, basically, you've been with the Doctor for so long, you're just making excuses for him now. And that's the thing. She's trying to get on with her life, trying to move on. She's got a job, she's got a love interest, Danny Pink's character, which is sort of like, cameoed in this episode. And it's like, Doctor, just leave her alone. You know, I mean, even with Amy and Rory, in terms of like the season 7, even their episodes were shorter because they knew their lives were moving on. You know, they couldn't keep doing it, and even those themes in that series were saying like, we can't keep having these adventures, Doctor, because we've got to keep our own lives going. You know, I like that idea. I thought that was really interesting, and it seems like Stephen Moffat is repeating himself yet again with Clara's character, and basically saying, "Oh, just come with me," and do practically nothing. And that's what she is. I just felt she did absolutely nothing in this episode, nothing worthwhile, just apart from follow the Doctor and just either back him up or say hello kind of thing. It's just, why is she in this series? And it looks like from the next time trailer anyway, they're going to address that in a more of a clearer way. It might be more of her Clara episode than it might be a Doctor episode, addressing some of those things that the Doctor, Clara can't keep coming with the Doctor all the time and doing these adventures while maintaining a relationship and a stable life. To be honest, I'm glad the character itself is leaving this series or in the Christmas special. It just seems like they're just, stringing her along. I think she should leave halfway through this series, perfectly honest, and get someone else. It just seems like, what is the point of a character? That's my personal opinion on that. I don't know what your thoughts and opinions on it, guys. Please comment down below. I'd love to know your opinions on Clara itself and her kind of importance of the series, because I don't think she's been used properly. I mean, she's had more dialogue, she's had more meatier parts for sure. Some episodes have been better than others, definitely, of course. But I just felt like she's not enjoying it as a companion. I'm not doing it as a viewer. I don't care about a companion. I don't really care if she's on screen or not. I really don't. So something needs to change in the series. The writing needs to improve. There needs to be more higher stakes episodes. There needs to be more wow episodes. I mean, I'm watching episodes from season 1, Crystal Echoes era, and even them are still blowing me away. Even on today's standards, that's 2005. Writers, you need to improve your A games. I'm hoping that the next 12 episodes in the future really just say something or do something different. Time Heist was a decent episode. I enjoyed it. It was an episode of the week, solo episode, but it's not something that I'm going to be thinking about tomorrow or the next day after. It's just something like, yeah, it was okay, it was decent. Whatever. That's been my review for Time Heist. I hope you enjoyed watching this review. What did you think of this episode? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What are your thoughts on this series so far? Is it what you're expecting? Does it need to improve? Are you really enjoying this series and the themes that it's doing? Love to know your opinions, guys. Comment down below. So in the meantime, Andrew doing. Signing out.